Bief History of Paleolithic India. The story begins in the Kuranwala zone, where the climate is shifting from stable warmth to a world of variability. On this bone lie mysterious marks, deep and intentional, etched into the surface. These cut marks at Masal suggest butchery by early hominins, potentially predating the earliest tools in Africa. Yet the absence of hominin fossils here makes Masal a focal point of intense scientific debate. By 1.9 Ma, simple pebble tool technologies appear in Pakistan's Rewat region. This is the birth of the Sogdian tradition, a culture defined by its reliance on river-worn pebbles. The hills served as an early corridor for expansion into South Asia. This region marks the Mobius line, a boundary between different technological worlds. Climatic shifts 2.8 million years ago triggered substantial turnover in animal communities. Survival required profound adaptive responses to the subcontinent's oscillating climate. Whether these marks are from tools or nature remains one of archaeology's great mysteries. The stage is set for a more effective colonization of the subcontinent. At Adirampakam, a new era of technology arrives, the Achulan. These populations arrived from Africa shortly after inventing a sophisticated new toolkit. Early Acheulean tools were heavy and powerful, designed for the toughest tasks. These bifaces show a sophisticated understanding of stone and environmental exploitation. The tools were multifunctional, used for butchery, woodworking, and digging. Cosmogenic nuclide dating confirms these tools are 1.5 million years old. They moved across the subcontinent, overcoming extreme environmental fluctuations. These basins acted as vital refugia, providing water even during dry glacial phases. Natural buffers like these allowed populations to persist in the heart of India. Knowledge of the Acheulean techno-complex was passed down through countless generations. Adirampakam provides the definitive chronology for this widespread colonization. They had claimed the subcontinent as their own. In the south, the Isampur quarry reveals a rare glimpse into industrial behavior. This was a factory for tool production, a site of intense activity. The use of limestone allowed for a very predictable sequence of tool-making. Hand axes were crafted with geometric precision from these natural slabs. The high density of waste indicates Isampur was used for a very long time. Hominins here manufactured standardized tools in massive quantities. From this hub, tools were carried out into the surrounding valleys. Adaptations were often driven by the specific raw materials available locally. Even in the heat, the work of the quarry continued unabated. Every stage of the manufacturing process is preserved in the soil. Isampur stands as a testament to the organizational skills of early humans. The Lower Paleolithic was the longest phase of human history in India. In 1982, a discovery changed Indian paleoanthropology forever. This is the Narmada man, the most critical hominin fossil found in India. The fossil exhibits a mosaic of features, blending different evolutionary stages. Its brain was larger than Homo erectus, approaching early Homo sapiens. Later analysis suggested the individual was a woman, the Narmada human. She may have belonged to a lineage that expanded into India from the west. She lived in a Middle Pleistocene world of evolving forms and complex lineages. Other skeletal remains hint at a population thriving in the valley. Complex geological reworking has made dating these remains difficult. Estimates suggest she lived at least 236,000 years ago, perhaps earlier. She represents the archaic bridge between the old world and the new. Her legacy persists in the genetic code of those who followed. Around 385,000 years ago, a technological revolution began. This is the Levallois technique, a sophisticated way to pre-shape a stone. The heavy bifaces of the Acheulean were gradually being replaced. These tools were smaller, thinner, and far more efficient. Middle Paleolithic technology emerged in India as early as it did in Africa. These refined flake industries spread across varied environments, from deserts to valleys. Middle Paleolithic groups showed incredible resilience to climatic stress. There was a new preference for high-quality, fine-grained stones. This suggests local innovation played a major role in technological change. Every flake was a deliberate, planned creation. Here, one can track the gradual evolution of human ingenuity. A new level of cognitive development had been reached. Life at Jwalapuram was stable until the sky turned black. Mount Toba had erupted in the greatest explosion of the late Pleistocene. A thick layer of youngest Toba tuff buried the world in silence. Some theories suggested this catastrophe decimated human populations, but excavations tell a story of incredible survival. The tools found above the ash are identical to those found below. These Middle Paleolithic populations endured the eruption with their culture intact. Human life persisted through one of Earth's most catastrophic events. This suggests Homo sapiens may have been in India much earlier than once thought. They were not just migrants passing through, they were permanent residents. Jwalapuram shattered the narrative of a global human bottleneck. Resilience had become the hallmark of the Indian Paleolithic. The Upper Paleolithic marks the definitive arrival of modern humans. The blade and burren industry allowed for precision work in bone and wood. Symbolic expression flourishes in the depths of the caves. Early artists captured the wild spirits of tigers, elephants, and bison. In this era, even the shells of giant birds were used for art. These are some of the earliest examples of personal ornamentation in Asia. Identity and status were now expressed through jewelry and art. Specialized bone points and scrapers were used for hunting and skinning. Fire provided warmth, protection, and a sense of home. At Baghor, we find the first evidence of ritual and spiritual practice. This suggests a deep 10,000-year continuity in ritualistic belief. The modern human mind had fully awakened in the subcontinent. Genetic studies show a major migration out of Africa shaped modern India. These pioneers did not travel alone. They carried the legacy of others. They interbred with local populations, possibly descendants of the Narmada lineage. South Asians preserve a unique genetic link to the mysterious Denisovans. Even the most extreme environments were eventually conquered. They carry a Denisovan gene, EPAS1, which helps them survive at high altitudes. This ancient DNA reveals a complex history of northern and southern mixing. India is a vast genetic reservoir, preserving the record of early human interactions. The subcontinent was a primary center for diversification and evolution. New technology now helps us read the story written in stone and bone. The journey from the first pebble tools to the present is one of exceptional resilience. The Paleolithic story remains central to understanding the broader human journey.